Ready to go? All right, Percy, go ahead and start that.
Thank you. First question is for Jewell, Loyd. Hey, Jewell. You guys obviously had a 10-point lead in that second quarter. What led to the momentum slipping away in the second half? I guess particularly in that fourth when you're down 5 midway in that period.
Yeah. What's your question?
I'm sorry. What led to the momentum slipping away?
Honestly, basketball's a game of runs. That was a run. I think the flow of the game was there was no flow with some certain calls. Didn't allow us to do certain things, and they made shots, we didn't. They got stops. We didn't do that, but yeah, I mean, I guess the flow of the game was just really disrupted by some other things too. But I mean, they went on a run and we didn't have anything to stop that momentum at that moment.
And then for Nneka, just in that fourth quarter there, that you got tangled up with Thiessen there. Just if you could sort of describe those plays, were they just a sort of basketball plays, or just was there anything sort of more to those plays?
It was a physical play.
All right, guys. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Miles, go ahead.
Yeah, I'll start with Nneka. Just in terms of the physicality in the paint, can you talk about that? Because if I got this right, y'all just shot 13 free throws, and Jewell had 9 of those. What was it going on inside the paint there?
I was trying to score through some physical play. I think that's all I can legally say.
Yeah, I think my statistics kind of bear to what you're saying.
I appreciate that, though.
Yeah. Jewell, and just how difficult is it to get in a scoring rhythm in runs when certain part of the offense isn't clicking? Kind of ask the question in a way that, doesn't leave.
No, I mean, honestly, we were moving and things like that. It's just hard when you're constantly going through a lot of contact. I mean, it's tough because that's what stops the rhythm. It's the contact. It's a physical play. And, for us, we'll get better. We'll get more, I don't want to say defiant, but we'll get more aggressive, I guess, to sort of people to see it. But that's what stops the flow of the game. And it's just not basketball at that point. It turns to something else, and we saw that obviously tonight. But we'll get better. It's basketball, and things happen. Games like this happen, and it's a good learning experience for us because you'll see this obviously in playoffs as well.
Okay, thanks.
Jeff Brown, go ahead, Jeff.
Yeah, Jewell, I know this season you guys haven't been shooting the 3 quite as well. What do you kind of, I guess, equate that to, and what is maybe some ways to improve on that?
I'm not sure. I think some of it's just catch and shoots, being able to. We get downhill so much that it's just different. Our ability to set great screens in the middle third allow us to be in the paint. So I think our paint points are way higher than they were last year. So it's kind of give and take. We're able to get downhill, which just allows us to get good looks close to the rim. So I think our catch and shoot threes could be there, but we're still figuring things out location wise. But we're going to keep shooting them. We have really good shooters on this team, so they'll eventually come. But I'm happy how we're able to navigate the middle third of the floor.
Mm-hmm. And for Nneka, when you lose to the same team 3 times, is that any concern, or is there like a mental hurdle you have to get over, especially like if you were to face them in the playoffs?
I mean, I think, when you play a team multiple times, there's going to be different iterations. This team is number 1 in efficiency, and I want to say, is it transition?
Yeah, pace.
Yeah, and pace. Yeah, you have to be able to respond. You have to be able to make adjustments, and sustain it, you know. They're a very talented team and they execute well and they're coached very well. I wouldn't necessarily say like there's like a mental block. I think it's just, you know, you have to step up to the challenge each time. They're gonna show up every time. And we have one more opportunity to be able to do that before, you know, postseason play.
Mm-hmm. Thank you so much for taking the time to answer.
Thanks, Jeff. Christian, wrap us up.
Hey, Jewell and Nneka, coming to this game, there was a lot of hype, especially coming out the first two Lynx games and the way that they ended in the second one going into double overtime. But this one kind of had a flow that, the Storm, you guys had the flow going into the first half. And coming to the second half, I think many outscored you guys 52-22, I believe, since that 12-0 run in the second quarter. I'm just wondering, what did you see during that stretch of basketball? What could you take into the next game with that?
We weren't scoring and they were scoring. They got stops, we didn't. I think for us, we're saying, it's just be more physical. We got some good looks, some didn't fall, things like that. But, we obviously can't go quarters scoring 11, 12 points and allowing teams to score more than us.
And I'm sorry.
We'll get better, get home, get some sleep, play our next game.
And one more, if I can. When a team has an advantage like many had during this game as far as the free throws, does that kind of deter the team from going to the rim and trying to find other shots to take?
I think it's just trying to stay aggressive, we're aware of the foul count. So we try our best to get in the bonus and take advantage of that. I think there was one quarter where we didn't really do that so well. Maybe it was the second quarter. But I wouldn't say that we're centralized around it. It's just being aware and staying aggressive. And that's something that we're going to continue to try to do.
Thank you both.
All right, thank you, ladies. Well, coaching here in just a second.